Hi, this is Yolanda Van Veen from vanveenbulbs.com, and in this series we're learning all about how to plant flower bulbs in containers. And in this segment we're going to talk about how to use flower bulbs and lasagna planting. Well, lasagna planting is kind of a trendy name for just planting your bulbs in layers. So the whole concept of lasagna layering is just having different layers of bulbs in your containers. So in this particular container I'm going to have my recycled bottles with a bunch of mulch on the bottom. It's just wood sticks and pine cones and sawdust and all different kinds of items that I would generally throw away, but I think I'm going to save and use them in containers because it's great recycling. Okay, so on top of all of my mulch and my material, I'm going to put a layer of dirt. I'd say I'm about 2/3 to maybe not quite 2/3, halfway up on my container. So in my first lasagna layer, I'm going to put the larger bulbs in, because the point is the larger bulbs will work up through the smaller bulbs. So I probably put about 3 or 4 of these larger bulbs in here. These are Ismene, and they get a little bit bigger. And then in the middle, I'm going to put a canna lily, a little bit more soil. Okay. Maybe another Ismene. I like to do 3 groups of 3, so at least 3 Ismene, but maybe 1 canna because it's a larger item. So I've got my first layer of lasagna. I'm going to put another layer on top of that. Okay, so now all those bulbs are covered up. So now I want to go with my medium-sized bulbs into the pot. So I've got some calla lilies and some crocosmias that I'm going to put in there. But I'm just going to do about 3 of each. And I think I'll put my toad lily in that layer too, just because it doesn't get as rooty as the other items. It stays a little bit smaller. You can put a cyclamen in there, whether it's a sun plant or a shade plant. It seems to do well in the Northwest. So I've got my second layer of lasagna, and I'm going to cover all that up. So now I'm on to the top layer. So on the top layer, I'm going to put the smallest bulbs that I have. So here I have some gladiolus murielii, also called acidenthera. They're like little glads. And I'm going to put those along the top. And I'm not packing it. I'm only putting maybe 5 or 6 bulbs together in this layer. So I've got my acidenthera in here, and that's my top layer. So now I'm going to cover that up with soil. So now I've got my lasagna prepared, and to cook it, I'm going to put it outside in the sun. And over the summer, I'm going to enjoy a succession of color. I've got canna lilies, calla lilies, acidenthera, begonias, and all these types of plants that generally you probably wouldn't put together, but I found they love being together, and it'll be a surprise all summer through fall. Next, we're going to decide where to place our planters.